Welcome back to our exploration of ancient Beit She'an, the magnificent Scythopolis. Thank you for joining us for this second part of our journey through one of the most impressive archaeological sites in Israel. In this episode, we'll discover more remarkable monuments that showcase the city's grandeur during the Roman and Byzantine periods. We'll explore the impressive amphitheater, visit the elaborate bathhouses that served as centers of social life, and uncover more treasures that reveal the sophisticated urban planning of this once thriving metropolis. Our journey begins at one of the most remarkable structures in Scythopolis, the Grand Roman Theater. Construction began in the 1st century CE, but the impressive edifice we see today was built at the end of the 2nd century CE. This architectural masterpiece could accommodate approximately 7,000 spectators and continued to serve the city's residents through the Byzantine period. The crowd management system for the masses entering and exiting the theater impresses even modern engineers. The precision and understanding of how to accommodate large crowds and disperse them after performances is remarkable. Even today, we can greatly appreciate the thoughtfulness and engineering knowledge of the ancient Romans from 2,000 years ago. You'll be even more amazed by the massive construction of the theater's levels, made from strong local basalt stone, while the seating benches were crafted from limestone brought from distant locations, likely from the Gilboa Mountains. This demonstrates remarkable engineering insight, considering that dark basalt stone becomes extremely hot during summer, particularly in Beit She'an, which lies in the northern valleys within the Syrian-African Rift. One of Israel's hottest regions, the lighter limestone seating remains relatively cooler, providing more comfort for spectators. The theater's design follows classical Roman principles with 3 distinct seating sections, arranged one above the other. Behind the stage once stood a magnificent backdrop wall, rising to an impressive height of about 20 meters, adorned with imported granite and marble columns, ornate capitals, decorative friezes, and statues. North and northeast of the theater lies the Agora's sacred Precinct, featuring 2 temples initially constructed during the first half of the 1st century CE and renovated in the early 2nd century, when the city center received a new monumental facade. Adjacent to the eastern bathhouse, archaeologists discovered one of the most fascinating aspects of Roman urban planning: a public restroom facility, Latrine. This structure, which served the needs of theater and bathhouse visitors, was designed around a central courtyard adorned with decorative columns topped with ornate capitals. The latrine exemplifies the Romans' advanced understanding of hygiene and civil engineering. Unlike private facilities found in elite homes, these public restrooms were communal spaces where citizens could gather, socialize, and conduct business while attending to nature's call. The arrangement was surprisingly open by modern standards, with stone seats positioned in rows along the walls. Beneath the seats ran a sophisticated water channel system that constantly flushed waste away, demonstrating the Romans' remarkable engineering prowess. Clean water channels allowed visitors to wash their hands, and the entire facility was likely ventilated to reduce odors. This practical structure reminds us that beyond monumental temples and theaters, the Romans excelled at creating functional urban infrastructure that improved daily life for citizens of all social classes in ancient Scythopolis. Above the public restrooms stands a Roman-era sacred complex that may have been part of the Agora's religious quarter. The numerous water systems discovered at the site suggest that worship here was likely connected to healing and medicine. This follows common Roman practice where sanctuaries dedicated to health deities were established near water sources, believed to possess purifying and healing properties. This arrangement demonstrates how Romans integrated civic, religious, and hygienic functions into a unified urban landscape, allowing citizens to attend to both physical and spiritual needs within the same architectural complex. In Roman society, baths were far more than places for hygiene. They were vital social institutions where citizens gathered to conduct business, engage in intellectual discussions, and strengthen community bonds. These magnificent public facilities reflected Rome's engineering brilliance and commitment to public welfare. The eastern bathhouse of Scythopolis was constructed during the Roman period and later renovated in the Byzantine era. Its eastern section featured a caldarium, hot room, supported by an advanced hypo-cost heating system, a remarkable engineering feat that circulated hot air beneath the floors and within the walls. We now approach one of the most impressive structures in the entire site, the Great Western Bathhouse of Scythopolis. Built in the late 4th century CE on earlier foundations and modified during the Byzantine period, this monumental complex is the largest Roman bathhouse discovered in Israel, covering approximately 9 dunums. The bathhouse contains 8 grand halls, once covered with domes and vaults. Its sophisticated design featured a hypocaust system, an advanced heating mechanism beneath the floors of the warm and hot rooms. Hot air circulated under elevated floors supported by terracotta columns, and also flowed through the interior walls of the caldarium. When water was sprinkled on the heated floor, it created steam, forming a perfect sauna environment. Surrounding the central structure were colonnaded porticos opening to additional rooms and exedras. At the ends of these porticos stood ornamental pools and fountains. The complex included not only bathing facilities, but also a palestra, exercise courtyard, for gymnastics and wrestling competitions, treatment rooms, and personal grooming services like massage, hairdressing, and shaving. The walls were adorned with colorful plaster, while marble slabs and mosaics decorated the floors. Inscriptions in Greek document renovations sponsored by provincial governors, testament to the bathhouse's importance as a civic institution and social hub for the thousands of residents who once called Scythopolis home. Beit She'an's strategic location proved to be both a blessing and a curse. Its proximity to the Syrian-African Rift Valley made it vulnerable to frequent earthquakes. Throughout its history, the city suffered from seismic events, including the quake of 130 CE and the major earthquake of 363 CE that caused extensive damage throughout the Galilee and Transjordan regions. After these disasters, the city was rebuilt and continued to thrive. However, the catastrophic earthquake of 749 CE dealt Scythopolis a fatal blow from which it never recovered. By this time under Muslim rule, the city was devastated by this powerful quake that destroyed numerous cities throughout the Galilee and Israel. The columns, walls, arches, and roofs all came crashing down, burying the once magnificent city under layers of rubble. Archaeologists excavating Scythopolis made the deliberate decision to leave many fallen and broken columns exactly as they were found, a poignant reminder of the city's destruction and nature's overwhelming power. Today, these toppled columns serve as a dramatic testament to the sudden end of this once flourishing metropolis. Following this disaster, Beit She'an diminished to a small town known by its Arabic name, Bison. It was repeatedly destroyed and resettled by various conquering forces, including the Crusaders, Muslims, Mongols, and Mamluks. As our exploration of ancient Beit She'an concludes, we've witnessed the rise and fall of a remarkable city. From its grand theater to its sophisticated bathhouses, Scythopolis reveals the ingenuity of those who built and lived here over thousands of years. Though ultimately conquered by nature's force, these ruins continue to tell their story. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time, and we hope you'll visit Beit She'an National Park to experience this archaeological treasure firsthand.